Hi guys, it's Jeff and we are at the actual Brimwood Farm today. It's a bit blustery, a bit windy, but I quite like it. So I'm going to show you guys around, show you a couple of the projects including the Wildflower Meadow, and maybe we'll see some wildlife as well. We've just walked in and we saw a buzzard take off. I wish I caught it on camera, but we might be able to see it again. So let's go. So this is our Wildflower Meadow. We did it a couple of years ago, we started it. It was completely flattened by the farmers, so there was no grass in here. So although we've got a grass verge, the Wildflower Meadow has no grass. This is actually where we're going to be putting the buddleia grove. So you'll come through that gap, you'll come through the buddleia grove, and then you'll emerge into the Wildflower Meadow. Now a lot of this Wildflower Meadow is actually weed that we haven't sown. You can see down here there's not a lot of grass, but there's a very obvious change in weeds. If we walk through here you can see all of these weeds, and then we get into this very obvious strip here. If I can not fall over. So you can see here this middle strip is very obviously different to that. So that is weed that we didn't plant. This is Wildflower Meadow. You can see there's plantain and there's rattle and there's sort of clover coming up, and most of these long heads are oxtail daisies. So we've still got a lot to do because that's the only strip that we've actually sown so far, and we've got all of that to go. Although some of that will be woodland, so that we can bring that woodland that's not in our land, we can bring it in a little bit. Now there were deer here last time we came, but I'm not spotting any deer today. So let's go and see if there's anything going on with the Outbox. We are here with the Outbox. We bought this one at the beginning of the year and we crowdfunded another 4, so we'll be putting the next 4 up January, February 2017. The last time we were here, we actually camped just over there. In the distance you can see that white blip. I wonder if I can show it. Where's my finger? There's my finger. There, just above my finger. We camped in there. And in the middle of the night, there were a load of tawny owls started hooting, and a barn owl went overhead as well. So we know there are owls here. So it's just a case now of trying to get them to nest on the land. So hopefully with any luck we'll be able to get that to happen. I'm going to show you a quick project we're going to be tackling this winter, which is right over by that camping site. So this is our camping zone where we normally, there's the dog, where we normally just pitch up so that we can do work on the farm. We stay here for like 2 or 3 nights. I like this little grove of teasels here, which is, we didn't plant it, it's wild, but it's quite pretty. And they're just kind of wafting around. Now our big project is, you can see this bramble hedge. There's actually a quarry pit behind there. It's never been used since my generation of generation of farmers has been here, my family's generation, which was 1912. My great-grandfather bought this land, so it's never been used as a quarry. It's been used for lambing. It had a flower garden in there at one time. The entire farm drains into a pond, which is over that back bit. So the idea this winter is to cut that entire bramble thicket back, because there's kind of a sheer drop behind it, and I want to cut that back. I want to put up some fencing, so a nice some nice stock fencing, so you can kind of stand here and look in, and then also cut some terrace steps into the edge so that we can actually go down into the pit, because we want to make the pond that gets created by the water drainage, we want to make that a year-round thing. So we're going to put a base liner in to keep the pond there, and then when it floods, it will flood out into a bog garden. And then we aim to have cutting garden and our pheasant stock and everything down in the quarry. But I think it'd be really nice if you have this overlook, especially as we're going to cut all of this out as well, and then this will be hopefully where we have our future house, will be where that barn is. So you'll be able to walk across from the barn, through here, across to this kind of little plateau, and then down into the quarry pit. So I think that's a major project we'll be doing this winter. The Wildflower Meadow obviously still needs to be topped, and then that will all have to get scythed out. Just so you know, that's the gap there is where the quarry pit, where the Wildflower Meadow is, and that will be where the Buddleia Grove goes. The Outbox is a little bit further down there, and then the Bluebell Grove is in the pit, so that's another job we'll be doing this winter. So yeah, that's a little tour and talk about a couple of the projects we're going to be doing. If I see any more wildlife, if that buzzard comes back, I'll take a little bit more video. But as for now, I will see you next week. Bye!